This is Coach O, and you are listening to my favorite radio show, Off the Bench, with Jordy and T-Bob, right here on ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, and Alexandria. Go Tigers.
Every Tuesday right here on Off the Bench, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, and Alexandria, we link up with the best college football coach in the game right now as his group, the defending national champs, reigning national champs, are preparing for their September 26th home opener versus Mississippi State. He's back with us on a Tuesday morning. Welcome in, Coach Ed Orgeron. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning, guys. We just come off of an outstanding practice yesterday. Went full pads. Our guys had a great attitude. I'm really pleased with the work that our coaches and our players put in yesterday.
Coach, it's always next man up mentality at LSU. You guys have recruited at such a high level. With over the last 48 hours, you get big-time players that announce the news that they are opting out for this season. What has been the feeling around the program in those conversations? What have they been like?
You know, those things are going to happen. That's the time we're living in. And we wish Jamar and Tyler the best. They helped us win a national championship. They're two great young men from great families. We recruited both of them. We wish them the best. But you know what? We don't blink. Next man up. Are we going to miss those guys? Sure we are. But we got some guys here that can play some football. Keishon Butte had an outstanding day yesterday. I think he caught 7 passes. You know, Coy Moore's a little hampered right now with a minor injury. He has done a tremendous job. You know, Racing McMath. You know, there's 200 balls that was caught last year that are out there this year, and I know those guys are going to want it. And then yesterday, Jacobin Guillory, a freshman, had an outstanding freshman. So, hey, next man up. Here we go.
Absolutely, Coach. What is the leadership? What's the leadership that you've seen from this team this fall with all of how quirky this season has been to getting up to this point? You've still yet to play a game. What have you learned about your team off of the field?
Yeah, you know, guys like Jacoby Stevens stepping up, Andre Anthony stepping up, Miles Brennan, those guys are stepping up. I think the offensive line, you look at Darrell Rosenthal, Ed Ingram, Austin Deckler, those guys have been leaders for us. Chris Curry's been a leader for us. Terrence Marshall's been a leader for us. You look at other guys on defense, Damone Clark is a great leader for us. And, you know, Derek's there every day working hard. So we got a nice, solid foundation, and we're going to continue to grow on it.
Terrace Marshall's kind of a quiet guy, you know, when you see him just around the halls and moving around the facility. But if you follow him on social media, you can tell that he has heard maybe the disrespect to him coming in for his third season. When they talk about wide receivers coming back, as for a college football as a whole, they rarely mention him. Coach, now he's the number one target on the defending national champs. Does he understand that responsibility?
Oh, no question. Terrence is raised right, great parents, has a great head on his shoulders. I think he's going to have an outstanding season. Had an outstanding year for us last year. He's battled through some injuries. Got to get him completely healthy. He's almost there right now, but I think he's going to have a great year. He about to handle everything thrown his way. He has tremendous character.
Yet another successful recruiting weekend. You picked up a commitment on Friday and Sunday. What is the emphasis on closing in on this class as the numbers begin to rise?
You know, really, we're looking for offensive linemen, and I think that we're in there for some great offensive linemen. Obviously, still looking for the best players available. We'd love to get another great running back. Love to get a couple of more defensive linemen that we're after. We have some great defensive linemen we're after. You know, the best player available. We went over the board yesterday. We've got some great choices, and a lot of guys want to come to LSU right now. But we have to put a good product on the field, which we will, and end up strong.
Recruiting, the calendar changes today, Coach. I think you're allowed to start going in with some text messages. You can text 2022 prospects starting today. How does the recruiting calendar change for you guys in the facility?
Well, Derek Panaski didn't get any sleep last night because at 12:01 he was on my Twitter. And that was the first minute he could text him, so I know that guy was up on the Twitter sending guys messages. And today we will be sending 2022 players messages. You know, we have a great recruiting class already in 2022. We feel like we're going to get a couple of commitments, 1 or 2 big-time commitments in the next month or so from that class. So we feel really good about it.
You brought the running backs, and you consistently talk about Kevontre Bradford, who was a freshman in this class that may be overlooked just because of the names that you brought in and from some of the guys that are already in competition at that running back spot. What have you seen from your true freshman out of Texas?
Outstanding speed, outstanding toughness. He got around the edge yesterday for 3 or 4 big-time plays. Can run the ball inside. Still has, ways to go learning the fundamentals. But Kevin Falk's going to get him right. I think he's going to be an outstanding back for LSU.
We always talk about the freshmen here, and you're always breaking down this freshman class. Are there guys on campus that have been on campus, maybe some veterans that are catching your eye, that are developing right now that may have a chance to make an impact?
Yeah, I talked about Cordell Flott all the time. He's had a great camp. Andre Anthony and Travis Moore, they've showed up at defensive end. And, with all the guys that left or whatever, I think those guys would end up starting anyway. I mean, they have showed consistency. They're in shape. They've been around the program a long time. So I'm proud of those guys. Really, Torrey Carter has been excellent for us in practice. Rayson McMath has been excellent. John Trey Kirkland, his time is up. You're going to see him a lot on the field. John Trey's an outstanding athlete. So we're excited about those guys, and it's always good to have Todd Harris back. He puts some stability back there. He's a great player and a great leader.
What was the conversation like with TK, TK McClendon, who the news came out yesterday that he's entering the transfer portal?
Yeah, we wish TK the best, and we wish it could have worked out for him here at LSU. I had a good conversation with he and his mother, and wherever he goes, I hope he does an outstanding job as a football player. We
talked about Lake Charles last week and what it means to you. You've got a son down there at McNeese who's the starting quarterback. That part of our state was rocked by Hurricane Laura. I know that there are people at LSU that are giving their time and donating time and energy to try to get everything restored down there. But I know that has a personal impact on you.
Yeah, I have a lot of great friends in Lake Charles. I spent a good year there coaching there. I love that place. That's where both of my sons went to school. I wish all those people the best. If there's anything I can do to help them, I will. I know we sent in a truck down there with some supplies today, and that should be there around 10 o'clock. So hopefully that can help. But again, my thoughts and my prayers goes to everybody in that area with great people. I know they're struggling right now, but I know those people, just like we are here, are very resilient, and they'll bounce back.
Coach, your team has got to be chomping at the bit to see another squad at this point. I mean, this is usually the part in camp where you're going through the dog days, right? I mean, can you explain the motivation and kind of the focus of the group right now?
Yeah. Well, the good thing about it is dog days are over with this new schedule. I mean, it's usually going 2-a-days, usually practicing every week. These guys are only practicing 4 days a week, and they got 3 days off. So, we need to get better. We had a hot day yesterday. It was very humid. We needed that to get in game shape. And this is going to be a tough week. This is going to be today. We got goal line coming in. We're in full pass. We got a big scrimmage on Friday. I told our guys this is a big physicality week, and it'll probably be the last week of a physicality week. And we have a preseason game 1 on Friday, preseason game 2 the next Friday, preseason game 3 the Friday after, and then we're going to be ready to play.
Wow. Coach, some individuals, some listeners are looking forward to seeing and asking you about. John Trey Kirkland is a name that routinely gets, I hate to say forgotten about because there's just so much talent at that wide receiver position, but he has been a guy that you have tried to find a spot for because of his athleticism.
And you know what? He's a great young man. He's a great athlete. Obviously, we know he's an outstanding quarterback at Lutcher, led him to the state champion. He's great with the ball in his hands. And you know what? John Trey's waited his turn. Been a leader for us, comes to work every day with a smile on his face. I hope he has a tremendous year.
Coach Ed Orgeron every week here with us here on Off the Bench. Coach, we always appreciate your time. Have a great week of preparation. We'll talk to you next Tuesday.
Thank you. Why is T-Bob so quiet this morning?
T-Bob's out. He's up in North Louisiana with the mom and the crew.
I got you. Okay, he's up there with the crew. Okay, man. All right, hey, go Tigers.
Yes, sir. There he is, Coach Ed Orgeron, checking in this morning as from LSU football. A couple of remarks there on Orgeron as guys. Next man up mentality always from the LSU football program. Jacoby and Guillory would be the next man up as far as a defensive tackle goes after the news yesterday that Tyler Shelvin was going to be out and opting out for his redshirt junior season. And then it's good to hear Coach talking about those two youngsters, Coy Moore, who he mentioned was banged up a little bit and going through an injury. But when you look at Keyshawn Butte, who Verge Osbury has talked about a couple of times, and anybody that you talk to around the program, seems like he is going to be a high-end playmaker for the wide receivers, a 5-star out of the Opelousas area, the New Iberia area, who's going to come in here with the intent to play early. And then don't forget, those guys that are already in the room at that wide receiver spot. I mean, we talked about it yesterday, a group and a position that is already, built to take on a hit of somebody like Jamar Chase, and we cannot excuse Chase at all. I mean, Jamar Chase is the best player in college football, so that type of hit is going to be tough, and you really cannot overcome the production that he gave you last year. And as we said yesterday, it'd be tough for Chase to really mirror the production that he got or that he put in last season just by the attention that defenses are going to show him. But that wide receiver room is stacked, and one of the names is John Trey Kirkland, and I think people are going to be pleasantly surprised that he's still around, and then the impact that he can make because of just the athlete that he is. So John Trey Kirkland, I see, like Orgeron said, man, I mean, there's 200 balls there that are pretty much wide open after last season, the way that they threw it around. So there's going to be a lot of names that step up. We appreciate Coach O for stopping in here for his regular Tuesday segment. We'll close at hour one next.